Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
This Walsh.
Gameweek 38 pod, man.
Our last week.
Where has it all gone?
You tell me, man.
It does all blur, at least for me. I was like, I'll just bring up what I'm talking about, but it does all blur into like one weird season. I can't remember if it was this season or the season before. Like I was looking at guys for 38 and my dumbass brain, I'm like, oh, like Feo always does really well in Game Week 38, right? And I look at fucking Walcott match log and I'm like, he last scored a goal in 2019 in a Game Week 38 goal for Everton. And I'm like, it kind of makes sense. It's like a pre-COVID like time warp that I'm in where all these seasons just blended in and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I mean, he did just score last weekend. It was just offsides.
Just a little bit offsides.
He's ready. Yeah. He was priming himself. Just priming.
Yeah, he's in
37. Game Week 37 priming for the 38.
Offsides goals still are form.
They leave a mark in the memory bank for sure.
Yeah. Mental form, not physical form. I don't know.
Fictional,
form.
Fictitious form, spiritual form.
Some fucking shit.
It's just the last couple months have been tough in the game because of all the double game weeks. Every game week, there's a double game week pretty much, since 28 or something like that, right? So,
yeah, I think since 27, I think was the first one, and that's middle of March.
Yeah.
So it's just 2.5 months of nonstop doubles.
Yeah, it just drags it out so much.
It's horrible.
And, having one little games trickling in the midweeks all the time, and it's hard to keep track of, and I don't know.
And it narrows the pool of players. That's one of the most annoying things for me, I think, is like, okay, I want to bring in blah, 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 but, City double next week. I want to get rid of this guy, but Brighton double, have 2 doubles back to back. You just like corner yourself.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It rules out so many players.
So many.
Yeah, it's a little bit of one of those. It's just every year, it seems like there's some obscene, unforeseen circumstance that fucks it up. But it's been like 5-6 years since we had a year where it was just,
just straight
games
up
on the weekend.
Yeah.
2 doubles because of the FA Cup. Coming late in the season. That's what the game is supposed to be like.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't really know what changed. Mess.
I don't know what changed. Like, why isn't it like that anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's more competitions. We had all of a sudden snow games. Didn't we have some snow games? Queen's dying.
COVID.
COVID was a big one, obviously.
So I wonder if
this year, why is this year so fucked up?
1920 season, was that?
That was COVID, right?
Well, that was first COVID season, but I feel like, pre-COVID, that year was totally normal.
Wait, 1920. The end of it was the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, because March
very end, and
2020 was COVID.
Yeah.
That was the delay, and then, Liverpool had the title wrapped up. It was like a weird bubble year. But that season was probably normal pre-COVID.
I don't remember.
I don't fucking know, but
hopefully next year. There's no shit this summer.
Yeah.
Every training camp, all that shit's just normal marketing for the teams flying around the world. And then game week 1 next year. And hopefully it's just a normal season with international breaks every 3 weeks.
That would be fantastic.
Love it.
How are you doing this week? Let's see.
I'm fucking chilling. Chilling over here, baby. The grobbing. Dude, Ollie Watkins.
Oh my God, he's been so good for you.
What the actual fuck?
When did you get him? Right here, right? Right
32.
about here.
Oh, literally right there. That was the actual factual.
Walsh. He goes 16, 7, 9, 8, 5, 8, 2, 6, 8, 7, 11, 8. post wash, he goes 2-2-2-1-4-0.
Still got it.
Unbelievable.
Still got it.
Cannot make that up.
It's so good.
That's the funny thing with all these fucking guys, right? Like it was Miggy. There's having Miggy this year too, right? Like some people probably still have Miggy. Like I don't know everyone's team, but they just held him. They're just like, nope, like the XG, like well, and he's just like
no, they
blank for
carding.
4 months, you know. Yeah, you brought in De Gea for Navas, which at the moment is like a -6, but De Gea's got another game.
Good.
Captain Rash.
Where was this when I captain Navas?
Well, listen, you could actually fly with a Vice De Gea double clean.
I almost captained
That's
him.
in play.
I was close. Yeah, I was really close, but I didn't.
That is in play.
Is Rash actually any talk of him not playing?
Isn't idea.
I mean, it's Thursday. It's in 4 days from even today.
I have no idea.
He's got to play.
I mean, United need 2 points. No, I think they just need 1 point from any of the last 2 games. Like, surely you can get a draw without Rashford. They just did.
Yeah. I don't know. My proudest moment is, I had actually a lot of proud moments this game. Like, I love the Ollie 0. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
John Stones with his first FPL point in my team.
Yeah, the Stones point.
That was huge. I mean, that was also off the back of, 0 minutes played on since I brought him in. But I love putting Trips third on the bench, just fucking banishing him.
I do aesthetically like the look of the bench, like top scorers on your bench being 3-2-1.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking thing.
Yeah, but Trips down in the third slot for no reason, just because I'm pissed off at him.
Yeah. You got to banish someone.
Got to put him behind Tarko to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
How about you? How you doing over there?
I'm on 45, which is good and is a small green.
Well, you have the hit, so you're on 41, right?
Sorry, 41 with the hit. Yeah, still a small green. So doing okay. I'm on Cap Bruno, who I hit in for Rashford. But my bench is a mess. I thought there would be goals today. I mean, Newcastle fucking hit the post 3 or 4 times and had a bunch of big chances. So don't think I was that off. But Isak 1-pointer. I started him over Matobo, who I felt really sure was probably not going to start again at Southampton after he's looked so bad and leggy. Obviously gets an assist. Could have
had a million points. Yeah.
Like actually hat-tricked. Yeah. Trip second on my bench 9. So a lot of points on the bench.
Yeah.
Didn't really ever consider starting Trips, so I don't really care. But Matoma one kind of hurts. I've been a Matoma guy for so long.
I think the Matoma Isak, that was a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, again, like Newcastle could have scored 3 or 4 today. We know what happens if they take a lead at any point. Like they probably end up scoring 5.
Yeah. He had one good chance today.
Yeah. So that's all I needed was like, just give me a lead, and then Newcastle just gonna fucking destroy them, like the snowball classic, and it's just a fucking bad game. We'll see how badly Matoma rips me, but Alvarez 8, that helps. Don't expect him or Mars to play the second game, but who knows, maybe they will.
McAllister is such a fucking bastard.
Watching
him is painful. It's just painful to watch him.
I know, and everyone says he's going to Liverpool, and I'm just like, is that what we want?
Not like this.
He doesn't really seem like one of their 5 best players every time I watch Brighton, and I'm just
why is there so much helium there? Is it just it's reported as done or what?
Yeah, I mean, even Fabrizio's they're in deep talks, blah 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 agreements. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really get it.
I just don't think he's good enough. I mean, he can improve, but he just doesn't seem like he's good enough, honestly.
He's really versatile. He can play so many different roles for a team, but
but we see that, but he kind of does them all a little bit
that's what I don't know. That's what
great for Brighton. He's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'd much rather Liverpool had an agreement with Caicedo. I'd be like, okay, let's go. That makes a lot of sense.
We'll see.
We'll see how that goes.
That's one for next year.
Yeah. No league updates in the middle of a game week, as usual. So let's just talk about game week 38 punts, because that's what most of the questions are about anyway.
Okay. Why don't we just identify the beach innings before we go there?
Yeah.
And just go through to see like what, because to me the beach has to be both teams. Qualifications for the beach are both teams with nothing to play for, and you want the home team ideally, right? Like that's the, to me, what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
do you agree?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah, I do think home matters in those beach games.
Yeah,
because that kind of is something to play for in a way.
Yeah, you're at home.
Yeah, you're at home. Your fans, your family, whatever. Like, go get them. So I think it's actually easier to talk about the teams with something to play for because there's much less.
Okay.
Right. So depending what happens on Thursday, Man United may or may not have something to play for. Liverpool may or may not have something to play for. Okay. So those are those.
TBD.
Yeah. Either way, the teams they're playing against have nothing to play for. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And then there's the three teams fighting relegation. So it's Everton, Leicester, and Leeds. Yeah. Everton are home Bournemouth.
Very live, very scary.
Very live. Yeah. Everton are home Bournemouth. Leeds are home Spurs. Leicester are home West Ham. All three home.
Yeah. Just want nothing to do with any of them.
I agree, but at the same time, when you're looking for like punts, their names come up in my head.
What? Not in my head.
Yeah.
I don't want any of it. I think all those six teams are no good, nothing good there.
Yeah. Probably.
I mean, Palace NFO is the biggest one to me.
NFO off of their like season ending biggest win of their lives.
Drunk. All of them drunk.
Yeah, they have nothing. Not absolutely. And they have such a big squad. Who knows who's going to play? Half their team is going to be like, oh, that guy's on that team?
Yeah.
Wow. And Halvard said a lot of people are eyeing up Eze as a captain in Game Week 38. Could you give us your thoughts on Palace assets for 38? But also, how do you think NFO is going to approach that game? They're safe from relegation. Surely euphoric. Does that mean they have checked out, or does it mean they'll overperform and smash it? Definitely think checked out, right?
Definitely think checked out. I mean, these are both going to be very checked. The checked out, X in caps checked out is unchartable.
Massively
it's so
high.
Far away.
Massively
the
high.
game, I mean, Selhurst will be obviously rocking and bouncing, but I mean, it should be. There should be goals. Yeah, I think Palace are good for this. There should be goals. It should just be fucking vibes. And NFO's defense on a good day is bad. Yeah, on a day where they have nothing to play for away should be just holes everywhere. So I think I think Wilf is still out, which is unfortunate. But I expect us to score 3.
Yeah, I think
we should
fair.
score 3. So,
and I expect like Sam Surridge and IU and like bad IU to get the brothers on the field together, and fucking Wayno keeper.
I forgot.
Yeah, and Colback. Like, it's gonna be a fucking shit show of a team from NFO, probably, right? I mean,
you'd think that. Yeah,
on the road. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, anything could happen there.
But it's just Eze, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Eze, Olise, and Jayu are all, punty ass fucks. Dude, Jayu, come on. Eze is clearly the best option. I mean, captaining is insane. If you want to do some insane shit, go for it. It's fun to do bad things. Olise is really interesting to me just because his delivery, like he's so good, but he just doesn't shoot. He stays so wide,
He just doesn't shoot. Great FPL guy for those reasons. It's just really frustrating because he could be.
Not yet. And he's really, he does, do somewhat reasonably on bonus points, but I mean, he does have 10 assists, which is good. I think
that's crazy.
Him and I was also looking at, I was just, I've been jotting down stuff for the postmortem, but like Gibbs White and shit, I mean, also sort of an interesting, somewhat similar player, not in actual how they play, but just their like FPL output or whatever. But I mean, are there players in this kind of range that could be, maybe 6 million next year who could actually take a step forward?
Yeah.
I mean, Olise is still interesting to me because, you could imagine him, scoring 7 goals a year. I don't think that's insane. I mean, he has 2 right now, but if he just played a little bit differently, or they made a few little tweaks or allowed him to get inside a little bit, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I think Eze is good. Olise is still good. You never know when he's going to bang 2 assists, and Jayu's a fucking legend.
Yeah, the thing with like NFO and really every team, but like NFO in this example is just like when you don't know the lineup, because fucking I cannot be fucked with like leaks. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck away from me! Like I'm gonna try and time it at 9:55 and like make 2 transfers. Like there's actually no chance. So going into it, like someone like Gibbs White, I think is a good example. Also, it's just like he's interesting. Like that's a beach game. There could be 4 goals there. Who the fuck knows? But like, I have no idea if he's going to play. Like, I'm not bringing him in.
Yeah.
Like, I think Eze will start at home, right? Like, the home matters.
We'll play
to
first
me there.
team, and we don't have we don't have a 40-person squad. I mean, our backups are players that Woy clearly absolutely hates, like Sam.
And it's home. I mean, it's Woy's last home game. It's who knows who else's last home game. Like, it's vibes. So, like, that's just another shout for the home teams, I think, really, this week.
Right, agree. Chelsea, Newcastle, that's a proper beach one, but
Newcastle just confirmed Champions League.
Yeah, but I think that's a difficult one to pick any player, right? Because they're both sort of messy.
They're both messy. Frank's son is still injured, Mount. So, like, there's not even anyone nailed there. And Newcastle just confirmed it, right? Like, who's going to play? Like, Fraze and Elliot Anderson and Gordon and like...
Could be AGO boy.
Yeah, I mean...
Could be anything.
Dummett, like, I have no idea. Like, Loris Karius could start that game. That wouldn't even be weird. Like, actually wouldn't even be weird.
Yeah, so that's a beach, but a bad one.
I think it's a stay away, yeah.
Brentham City is...
See, that is...
City's interesting.
Yeah, I think that like the teams with the cup finals are pretty interesting. So Man United, there's a chance that they sew up Champions League on Thursday, but they have the FA Cup final that they're probably going to go first choice as like their last prep match, right? Man City, we know the same. They have the FA Cup, they have Champions League final. This is their final preseason game before their 2 biggest games of the season. And West Ham are the same. West Ham have their whatever league they're in final. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. So City, the City team
first choice.
Yeah, first choice. So, look, Brentham at home isn't the easiest game, but they also are sort of riding high. Tony's out, kind of fucked up. Last game maybe. I could see that just being easy. I mean, I think basically what I'm saying is transferring in a City player seems fine to me.
I think it's fine. Yeah. And I think like it's not fun, but realistically the best game week 38 captain still probably Holland.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Like if we're expecting first choice, then obviously it's Holland, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Brentford are weird because they've been on the beach, meaning they have nothing to play for a while, but they're still just like playing well and winning games. Like they have not taken their foot off the gas at all.
Yeah, they're just, I don't even know what they're up to in their lives.
They're just a good team who's really well coached, and they just do the right thing. So it's not a great one.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Villa Brighton's not good, right? They have Europe and they have actual leagues to play for, like which league they're going to play in, but both of them are live.
I guess Villa are still, I forgot about I always forget about the Conference League, but I guess Villa are still fighting with Spurs for 7th.
Yeah.
And so that's Conference League, and they do care about that, so.
Yeah. They're going to be trying at home.
Yeah, I mean... Brighton, I think Brighton, who the fuck's going to play from Brighton? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have a better maybe after Thursday when we put on Thursday, but
yeah.
And then the last one is Arsenal Wolves, which is a beach one, but Arsenal have been fucking terrible.
It's
Do you
like
think that's like a bounce back game?
it's
or
more
is
like a
that-
dumpster fire than a beach. I mean, I brought in Tierney as part of my hit just because I was like, I guess I'll start him in 38. And he still might play. It's his last Arsenal game, whatever, at home. I don't know what they're doing. But like they've
He'll
been
play 58.
so bad. They've been so bad.
So bad. They've been bottom half form bad for
Yeah, like
a
the
month.
Brighton game was just like they just got beat up by the better team. And then NFO, there was just nothing
They just
there.
laid down. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
there was
just
just
kind of laid
no
down.
fight at all. So I mean, Nate even like wrote to me. It was just like dumpster fire, like boot all Arsenal players out of your team, like no chance, like blah blah blah. They just never showed up against Forest, and so I don't know what's going on there, but it's clearly very bad vibes, very bad mentality. So hard to bring in an Arsenal player.
I still think it's fine though. I mean, because I could see, even all of that said, 4-0. Wolves away are
No.
relegation.
You don't need to tell me. You don't need to tell me.
So
I'm the most anti-Wolves away.
Yeah.
Ever.
So I mean, they're still. I know they're missing some of the defenders, but I don't think against Wolves that's going to matter. Like the progressive play build up from the back, like that's not going to be in play because they're just going to have the ball in midfield or the other half the whole game. So I don't know. I feel like at the I kind of like
just
a
worried.
little bit of.
I'm just worried.
I'm worried. No, I'm worried. I'm not confident, but
yeah.
If I'm betting, I would bet on an easy home romp than they struggle and like lose or 1-1 draw or something. Like I think they'll score a few.
I think I agree. I think that's more likely. But you look at NFO and Brighton, and Brighton was at home too, and obviously Brighton are better than Wolves. But just as an example, I mean, they put up under 1 XG in both of those games. Like there was no attack.
Yeah. So it's tough. Okay.
And they're losing in both. Like game state should have favored. I don't know. It's hard to go there.
It's kind of bleak.
Yeah, I mean, it feels bleak. It feels like the season's
interesting
done,
because
but it has to play it anyway.
It's just interesting because there are 3 teams still fighting for their lives in the relegation zone, and with all these extra Europe, whatever's, the places go down so much more. So it really is kind of hard now to get a proper beach where it's like
yeah. Just 2 teams, very comfortable. They're in like 11th and 12th. They don't give a fuck about anything. Yeah. I don't know. And I gotta say, like, I don't know what specifically it is, but I just feel like I don't even give a fuck about the relegation either.
Do you know why I was thinking about? I came to the realization
it's because
today.
You want all 3 of them to die and go down.
No, there's no bad scenario because either Everton or Leicester will not be in the division next year.
It's great.
If you
Win-win.
said to me before the season, like this is happening, I'd be like, I don't even care who the other 2 teams are. Literally, don't care.
Even the small percent chance of Leeds making it, then Everton and Leicester go down and Leeds stay up. Like, that's also
else.
great.
Yeah,
that's also great.
That's the dream. But just the fact that one of Everton or Leicester will not be in next year is so incredible to me. So I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
That's why. Care. I just don't care.
That's why. I just don't care because one of them's gone and I'm happy. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a weird last day. I mean, I'm half considering match of the day surprise, match of the day challenge. Just like, I'm going to be out of town with my girlfriend, just like phone on airplane mode.
You humble brag about your girlfriend so much on the pod.
Yeah, I just have a girlfriend. you ever heard of a girlfriend? Yeah, I got an Albert S8 pointer, but it's really cool? Sex.
Out of town, my girlfriend having sex, match of the day, surprise.
Match of the day,
guess
surprise.
Who came again?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I sort of don't give a shit about watching any of these games live. Like, I don't care about the drama.
But
I'd rather it be a recorded 2-hour-long television event.
Goals, you don't, but then you're gonna like Goal Zone and Discord on the final day is so fun.
It is fun, and we get the iconic moments of
You're gonna make me ban alone?
What was Kev's shit where he sent a message back in the Slack
Peter's
days?
assist.
Yeah, Peter's assist. Peter's assist, and it just keeps sending over and over again. It's legendary
10
moment.
minutes. Yeah.
So fucking good. We'll figure it out. All right, let's do some questions here. D-Bag said, who are the best final game week punts? What fixtures are you seeing where the potential big score lines are? So that's more of the question, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, Brentham City could all like 4-2 or something.
Yeah, that could absolutely. That's definitely a potential big score line. We mentioned Palace NFO.
Chelsea, Newcastle, I could see goals. I mean, if Newcastle are playing some kind of weird ass team that it's just like Chelsea, they played a first team they can't defend. I don't know.
I mean, if Newcastle take the lead, we know what happens. We know what happens next.
Liverpool, Southampton, we really glossed over. I don't think it really matters if Liverpool has anything to play for. I mean, that should be ridiculous. A ridiculous joke.
I mean, who knows? Yeah,
they should destroy them.
The only wrinkle in that, and maybe this, segues into some punts, is that if it's confirmed Liverpool out of top 4 and they're just 5th and it's just done, who knows what lineup we're gonna see? I mean, that's like an Ox, Milner, Bobby.
No, come on.
Yeah, why not? All their last games.
What about Liverpool legend Naby Keita?
Yeah, I mean, if he can recover in time, get him in there, get Keller in there. Like, I don't know what the fuck, There's no reason to play the guys, really.
Keita's league minutes.
Well, how many minutes did he play this year?
Fuck this year. In 5 years since you've had him, is under 3,000.
Yeah. It's crazy.
In 5 years.
It's crazy.
No, it's not under. It's a little over, but he hasn't played one season's worth really in 5 years. Fucking Liverpool legend, Naby Keita.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that part of it, but yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I still think I think this is more one where he makes the subs. He uses all 5 and he puts all the subs. He puts all the Liverpool legends on.
It's possible. The subs. I just don't know. Outside of like Mo, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go there.
Okay. All right.
What other punts do you like though? D-Beck's question.
Just kind of continuing off of when we kind of ran through the games. I do think it's not a huge pool. I think you could look at a Man United player depending on the position you're looking for. I like Palace, as mentioned earlier. I like that City shout just because the security of team sheet and start.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like Arsenal. I like, like I'd be, something like that or whatever. That's probably about it. In Liverpool, I think we'll have a better idea on Thursday, but like you're saying, it is risky, I think, to bring a Liverpool player in just because, you could be looking at a 60-minute kind of job or whatever. So, again, I do really would prefer to stay away from those 3 games with the relegation teams. I don't think that those are
yeah, I don't know, man. Like, what are the scenarios exactly? Like, Leeds need to win 100%. And goal difference matters too. They need to win by goals, right? Like, Kane is going to hat trick. Can we just be honest for a second here?
No, he's not. He's not.
The Spurs are going to win like 5-2.
No.
Yes.
No.
So I like that.
Yeah, I think that's wrong.
And I look at West Ham too. Interesting. Like, because I think Leicester need a win also, right? Leicester.
Oh, you want Bowen countering?
Yeah, I mean, West Ham just like absolutely slaughtered Leeds. Like, that game was a fucking joke. West Ham have a cup final the week after, so they're going full strength, which is really rare this week.
Yeah, they played their B team.
Yeah, and like Bowen, like Rice's last game for West Ham, like all this shit. I'm like, yeah,
I don't know about slaughtering Leeds. I mean, I think that game was a little bit. I think the scoreline is a little bit. I don't know, because Leeds just kind of went, but it was cagey and tight. Like, they were kind of exchanging blows for a little while until they put the 2 late ones in. I mean, Leeds had some chances.
They scored first, but I don't think Leeds really threatened after that. I don't agree. I think like they just fell apart and they were just like an embarrassment, honestly.
I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'm having a little amnesiatic spell.
Yeah, I'm trying
right
to
now.
pull it up also right now, but
I feel like all the games are kind of blurring in my head too. Honestly, from this weekend, I watched more than I usually do this weekend.
Yeah, Dino said popular teams to avoid on the final day. We already talked about that. Sully said, what fringe/rotation players do you like for a punt if we get news suggesting they'll start? Leak merchants. I mean, that's like a pick any of these fringe players on like a top team or something, right? Like any of the Man City guys. Give me like Garnacho if that's a fucking whatever joke team against Fulham. Give me Firmino.
I don't think that moves the needle.
Yeah, but if there's news that any of those starting, like, yeah, bring them in. Like, I
think we already identified punts that are better than players who aren't regular starters. Like those aren't going to jump, leapfrog.
If Firmino's starting, I think he's a good punt.
Yeah, fine, but I don't think that's your transfer.
There are worse transfers.
I don't know if there are worse transfers. I mean, what forward do you have that you're like, oh, this is the best?
Alvarez, Isak. I'd rather Firmino starting than either of them by a lot.
Over some of the mids that we've been touching on. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think that's a little. I don't love that idea.
So the Jeff is basically asking what we first talked about. He said Eze versus MGW, Morgan Gibbs White. So we talked about that already.
Yeah. Gibbs White is really interesting to me next year.
Yeah, we need to talk about him and the Pens and Taiwo too. What a fucking explosion from Taiwo to end the season. Holy shit. He's all of a sudden on 120 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's all
so many fucking points.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And Brennan just like doesn't matter anymore.
Dan James. Great
pick. Yeah. Jokin said a lot of birthday boys for City next weekend. Laporte is on Saturday, Foden, Walker, and Stones on Sunday. What? That's so weird. All three of them have the same birthday.
Pep just buys players based on their zodiac sign.
Pep's a fucking astrological, slave. He said, are any of them likely to celebrate with an FPL haul? I mean, literally none of them except Stones are first choice. So, Stones, so no. I guess. Stones.
The answer is no.
Great pick by you. This is the Stones redemption game week.
This is Stones hat trick.
Yeah, I agree.
I love him, dude. I fucking love him so much.
He's unreal. Jitterbug said, we all remember Aguero hauling on his final City appearance. What other players could be a fun punts for their final appearances? Might even take a pen. Xhaka, Firmino, Wilf come to mind. I think we talked about everyone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we nailed that. Unless if I'm completely out of bounds here. I thought Wilf is just like done.
Let me see if there's anything, but I think so too. I think it's a muscle injury, right?
Yeah, he pulled his hammy
like his
or whatever.
Thigh. Yeah, I fear he won't play again the rest of the season, is what Boy said.
He might never play again for our team.
For Palace, yeah. I mean, we basically answered all the fucking questions. Chester's on free hit. Are there any other shouts for free hit?
Wolf had a really bad year this year. 7 goals, injured all year. No, I think we're good.
So, yeah, I think I mentioned everyone that I've been thinking about.
Yeah,
Kane, Firmino. I don't know. Everton attackers, DCL.
Didn't he? He's hurt, isn't he?
He got hurt that game?
Yeah, he subbed off injured.
Oh, missed that.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was like the 4th game or something in a row. He's not going to make it.
Everton attackers are decent punt, I think. They've been attacking really well. They're home Bournemouth, Beach.
I just don't think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then last question was Josh B said, how ready are you for the sweet, sweet release of the game finally being over for now?
Yeah, it'll be nice. I think it'll be a nice summer. Take a month off, chill.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely.
I'm excited to do postmortem. That's my highlight.
Postmortem's the best
highlights of the season to do the postmortem pod. But I've already got a bunch of notes already cooked up, so that'll.
I have a little bit too. I need to think about more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sort of has written itself. So that'll be a nice long one for you guys. And yeah, just excited to reset, get back into Game Week 1 and see how we do.
You gonna do well next year?
Probably not. I was thinking more
Are you gonna
about,
try to do well next year?
Probably not. I was thinking more about just the
okay. Probably not.
I was just thinking more about like the general progression of the game comes out, we all do the thing.
Yeah.
A couple weeks pass, a few weeks pass, everyone has 8 of the same players,
That's
even,
generally how it goes. But I would say it's even more extreme than that. I think Game Week 1, everyone has 8 or 9 of the same players.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10 or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't like, and typically too is, for those things, the thing that I need to want to check myself about for Game Week 1 is when I feel like kind of bullied into picks based on discourse when I don't like them. Like I don't like the player, whether it's for value reasons, like, oh, how could this guy be 6'5"? Like that's ridiculous or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. But to me, deep down is like, I think this player's bad, or I don't think he's gonna, perform well and hit. I don't care what price he is. Like, I don't want him, and that is a tension point for me, when I pick my Game Week 1 teams. And, generally, when we have, say 8 or 9 similar, 3 or so of them would fit that category to me. And then I, do I or do I not pull the trigger on that right away? And then I start spiraling into that whole thought pattern of, do I want to lose Game Week 1 when everyone's this?
Yeah. Well, that's...
versus like, and I don't like that. I'm done with that. Like I've been playing for too long. I don't care enough. Like I'd rather just back the players I like or what I see or what I want.
This goes back to Ben. Was it Ben's question last week of like
this year,
having fun in the game, because like, my answer to what you're talking about is like, yeah, you're gonna do badly again if that's how you play. It's nailed on. But if you have fun and it's still interesting and you want to talk about it, then it's fine. Like that. And that's again back to like Ben's question. I think it was last week of like, how do I have fun? I'm finally doing well, and it's more stressful. It's not fun. Whatever. You need to figure out your own way to have fun.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've been ranked 1 million all year. This is fun. I'm having fun. I hang out with my internet friends and you. You're an IRL friend. And it's fun. I have fun. So, what I don't have fun is when I, get backed into a corner and I own this goalkeeper who I think is fucking dog shit because everyone tells me he's the best 4-5. And then I want to kill myself. That's not fun.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that, so those are the kind of things that I'm thinking of and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. A lot to digest there. I wonder if we've never played draft. I do wonder if draft is, you would just like it a lot more. I mean, my guess
like this
is
a lot.
Yeah, but I think you would like draft even more because you could do well and play your style.
Yeah. Who cares? This is more fun.
Doing well is fun, man. I gotta say.
Everything's fun. It's all fun, baby. We're all having fun. You're doing well. I'm doing badly, but you're having fun. I'm having fun. We're all having fun.
Yeah.
We play this game. We die. No one knows what our aura was when we're in the fun. We eat worm food. It's all good.
It's gonna be on my fucking tombstone. My tombstone's gonna say
timeline of someone's epitaph of just their OR fucking thing.
Oh my god! My tombstone's gonna say, "Here lies the lawn." This tombstone was paid for by the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL.
Take out ads right now.
Yeah.
Pay for my fucking tombs. This shit's expensive, man.
Yeah, this lawn was mowed by Manscaped.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says okay. Let me slap and ask me, did get a sign up. This guy, just how dedicated you have to be to sign up for the Game Week 38
How dedicated to even listen to this? Who's listening to this?
These perverts, these absolute fucking perverted sickos.
Savages. Sickos.meme.
Yeah, Neville Galvin. Get in there, slap the ass.
Neville Longbottom, straight in.
Straight
on the
in.
top rope.
Any last words by you?
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL Sports. /FML. Subscribe. Ready music.